Hey guys, what's happening? So it is March 17th, which means Happy St. Patrick's Day! Yay! Not so interesting side note. Apparently yesterday was the first time my mother had ever heard about alcohol being associated with St. Patrick's Day. What you need to realize is my mom's been living in America long before my sister and I were ever born. I'm 25 years old. My sister is 8 years older than me. So this means mom's been living in America for closer to 40 years now. So again, I ask you, how? As you can see, getting to the spirit of the holidays, wearing my green cami shirt. I was originally going to wear my green Marvel superhero shirt, but people have told me in the past that it doesn't really look that green in certain lighting, so this year I figured just go with the one that's obviously green. Alright, so I was a little hesitant at first to actually make this vlog because I generally like to make these vlogs whenever I have something actually positive going on in my life, and in the last 2 weeks since my last video, my life has kind of been not good. But at the same time, you know, it has been 2 weeks since my last video, and I want to maintain some level of consistency with these vlogs. So here we are now. Hopefully this video doesn't turn out to be too much of a downer for you folks watching, but if it does, I do apologize. Show of hands, who here remembers me saying this? In other news, Tessa, aka Mika Kitty, along with her friend Lancifer, have put out a casting call for extras for the music video that they're filming in the Los Angeles area on March 10th. Now, Lauren, aka Wolf Dude, aka the fellow YouTuber I met up with at the Dilator Anaheim show, he and I have both sent in applications for this casting call. He got a call back, I did not. Right, so that music video shoot was last Saturday, the 10th. Sure enough, the day of that shoot, they actually needed more extras than they had. Once Lauren tweeted me about this, it essentially said, get your butt down here as fast as you can. And unfortunately, my fastest just wasn't fast enough. Story of my life. I got there at like 6:30 that evening. The doors to the studios had already been closed off to the public, and no one was getting in or out until well after they were done shooting for that day. At first I considered just waiting in the parking lot until they did get out, but ultimately decided against that, which was probably a good call considering they didn't actually get out of the shoot until about 11:30 that evening. Alright, so this next bit of news isn't really that new to me. I originally filmed a segment for this in my last vlog, but I ended up cutting it all together due to time constraints. So it was announced February 23rd that TV Tokyo, the company that produces the Bleach anime, was canceling Bleach due to lagging DVD sales. Now, for those of you who don't know what Bleach is, first of all, no, I am not referring to the cleaning product. The simplest description I've ever heard for Bleach is think Dragon Ball Z with swords. Now, if you don't know what Dragon Ball Z is, what I want you to do is stop this video right now and never come back to this channel. Seriously, get out! I do not need your kind here. So what this means for the anime is that after the current story arc involving the Fullbringers and the restoration of Ichigo's Soul Reaper powers, once that concludes, that'll be it for the anime itself. And that episode is slated to air March 27th. So more than likely, after that day, I will be crying a lot because Bleach has been one of my most favorite animes of all time in the last couple years. So I definitely will be sad to see that go. I'll still be keeping up with the manga because that much is still ongoing, but any hardcore Bleach fan will tell you that the current manga story arc is reported to be Tai Kubo's last story arc for the series itself, meaning once the manga finishes, that's it for Bleach entirely. And now it's time for the cherry on top of the crap sundae that has been my life for the last 2 weeks. registering for classes at Cal State LA. Or as I like to think of it as, PCC at 10 times the tuition for twice the prestige. Honestly, it feels like the people over at Cal State LA and the people over at PCC are reading from the exact same playbook. Class registration for the spring quarter at Cal State LA opened on March 1st. I myself didn't actually get around to starting the registration process until March 7th. I will admit that much is my fault entirely, but everything that follows definitely lowers my opinion about the level of professionalism over at Cal State LA. My story begins with me going down to their student advisement center to get advice about what classes I should be taking for spring. The advisor I met with, his name was Jimmy. He proceeds to tell me that my transcripts from PCC have not been processed yet, nor would they be until long after the spring quarter had finished. At which point he then proceeds to advise me to ignore the general education classes I would need at the time, and instead to just focus on registering for the classes I do need for my major, which is physics, in case I failed to mention that in the past. So then I go down and speak with a physics advisor over what classes I should take. He gives me 3 recommendations: Physics 211, Chemistry 101, and Math 206. So the first class I typed into the school web registration site search engine was Chemistry 101. It returned 0 hits, as in this class wasn't even available on their servers. Everyone I've talked to about this issue has not been able to give me a straight answer over why no results show up, nor what I could do to actually register for this class outside of the website itself. I mean, you would think that I could actually go down to the chemistry department and just register there, but sure enough, no. The second class I tried to register for, Math 206. That registration does not go through because there is a hold on my records from the admissions office. When I called the admissions office about this hold, they told me it's there because my transcripts had not been processed yet. After spending an entire afternoon yelling at them over why I need those transcripts processed in order to register for classes, they get those done in less than a day. I'm choosing to ignore the fact that Jimmy essentially lied to me about the rate at which my transcripts will be processed, because at this point I am just thrilled that the hold on my records has finally been lifted and I can finally complete registering for Math 206. At least that's what I thought. I go to register again. Registration does not go through, this time because I require department consent to register for this class. I emailed my physics advisor about this issue, and he offered to write me a letter of consent that I can hand in to the math department. I go to pick that up on Wednesday, March 14th, take it down to the math office, hand it to the attending secretary. Okay, alright, yeah, this seems all nice and good. The thing is, I don't believe that Math 206 is actually available for the spring quarter. If it's not available for the spring quarter, then why is it on the registration site? Yeah, you know what, I don't know. Let me just check something real fast. Okay, do you happen to know if you've passed Math 104A and 104B? Ma'am, with all due respect, I am a new student here, so I've never even heard of those classes, but more than likely, no, I haven't. Okay, according to this, PCC does have equivalent classes, Math 8 and 9. Do you know if you passed those? I can almost assure you that I have not. Okay, yeah, see, you need to pass those classes before you can even consider registering for Math 206, which may or may not even be available for the spring quarter. So you need to get on that. Okay, thank you for your time. And now for the mini cherry that goes on top of the regular sized cherry, that goes on top of the crap sundae that has been the last 2 weeks of my life. As a physics major, you would expect them to actually have a seat available in a physics class for them, right? That's essentially how my physics advisor explained it to me. While it's not a direct lie, it's definitely not as easy as he made it out to be. Right now, it's up in the air whether or not I'll actually be able to get a seat in at least the physics class. It's all coming down to whether the department head deems it fit for me to actually take that seat or not. When I inquired about all this, it was, again, March 14th, a Wednesday, and the department head's office hours aren't until Mondays from 4 to 5 p.m. So to recap, Chem 101 doesn't even exist on the website. Math 206, I probably don't even qualify for it if it was even available. And Physics 211, just waiting to hear back from the department head about whether or not I'll actually get that seat. So, yeah, that's what's been going on in my life for these last 2 weeks. Sorry that this video has gotten a lot longer than the last one, but honestly, a lot can and does happen within 2 weeks, so it is what it is. But now I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the matter. Let me know what you think I should do. What are some of your experiences with this kind of situation? Were they good? Were they bad? Did you get through them? If you didn't, why not? If you did, how? All that good stuff. Leave me a comment below. And that'll do it for this vlog. So until next time, guys, Johnny. I'll see you later.